Hey, Deborah here, licensed professional counselor and certified relationship coach. I had a client that asked me, how do you be intimate with someone who you are angry with or frustrated with and you're having conflicts that has not been resolved? One of the things that I expressed to her was that it is difficult for some people to connect physically if there is conflicts that are occurring, in their relationship. Some people are able to continue to, be intimate. They're able to have sex, and they're fine with that. But for those who think like, what, my mind can't get there because I'm still thinking about this conversation that we had, this argument that we had, and I just can't get there. And that person is really trying to connect with me on a physical level, and I'm just not there. It is complicated. It can be complicated because if you are in your head about a situation, just say you got some bills due and you're telling your significant other, we need to figure out how to pay these bills, and that person may be nonchalant about it, and you go on and the night goes on and then they want to be intimate with you and you like, I can't do that. My mind is on other things. I just can't get there. And for some, it is true. You can't get there if you're not there here. You're not there here. The rest of you probably will not follow suit. And so in order to rebuild that connection, then you have to communicate, like, this is what's happening for me. Like, I'm worried about this, or we had an argument about this and it wasn't settled. I don't feel heard. I don't feel validated. So when you were trying to be intimate with me, I just can't feel it. I can't get there. I don't feel connected to you. And in order to get that connection, there has to be an understanding. And that understanding is, hey, we need to figure out what is going on, because when I'm trying to connect to you, you're not even, trying. And you may not be trying because you're so busy thinking about something that has happened before. So talk to your person. Talk to them about how you're feeling. Talk to them about the argument that you had, that it still is replaying over and over in your mind. And so when you're trying to be intimate, it's like, I just can't. I'm still frustrated. I'm still upset. I don't feel like, we're on the same page. And since we're not on the same page, it's hard for me to get in the mood. And if you want me to get in the mood, there's a couple little things that need to happen first. First, it is the acknowledgement of what actually happened, what's going on, to ask, what is there anything that, I can do to make it better? Well, let's just sit and talk. We don't have to have sex. We can cuddle and talk about this thing. And once you guys have talked through that, then sometimes that will create intimacy even in itself. But the one thing you shouldn't do is just suffer in silence. And what I mean is either just give in and do it and then you're resentful, or you just do it just to get it over with. So you want to be able to, once you make that connection, that you're getting something out of it, that you really feel connected to that person. You're like, okay, well, even though, we have our problems, I know that at the end of it, we're going to still come back together with each other. I hope that this helps. And if you have any comments, please don't hesitate to add them at the bottom of your screen.